Hello everyone, Aquarius season blessings. If you're practicing this on the new moon, happy new moon. And if you're practicing this throughout Aquarius season, then happy Aquarius season. So if you're here on the new moon again, so we're just at the very beginning stages of Aquarius season, and new moon energy is inward, and it's like the beginning of a cycle, and it's planting seeds time, but it's still pretty slow, we're not like moving so fast yet. So we're embracing those energies if we're practicing this around the new moon, and if after we're embracing this movement of those seeds we planted during the new moon. So a little bit about Aquarius. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn and Uranus. So we're like way later in the zodiac. Aquarius is the second to last sign in the cycle of the zodiac. And like I've said before, the constellations are like constellations of forces. So there's like different stars making up these constellations, and there's different energies making up the archetypal force of Aquarius. So Saturn and Uranus are in that archetypal force, as well as Aquarius is an air sign, and it's a fixed air sign. So I'm just going to try to break it down really fast, and then we'll get to our yoga practice. But so first of all, Saturn is cold. Saturn is downward moving, cold, constrictive, and Saturn's like earth energy, but just like it's like solid and like fixed. And so that archetype kind of comes out in the Aquarius body, like in the body during this time of Aquarius season. And also if you have Aquarius in certain places in your chart, then it will come out in that as well. And then we have Uranus, which is the next planet after Saturn. It's the first planet that we can't see with the naked eye. And Uranus was discovered at the same time that electricity was discovered. And so therefore it rules the electrical system of our body. And so Aquarius is very associated with that. But so we can relate Uranus to the air sign of Aquarius, and it can bring us like a lot in our head. And especially so since Aquarius is a fixed air sign, then we can really just get like kind of in our head and kind of like wiry, and it can maybe lead to some nervous system burnout or something of the sort, just a little bit of overwhelm. So we're bringing these two energies together, and during practice this month, we're working on being in our bodies and getting our energy moving in our bodies, because Aquarius also rules like the peripheral circulation. And since we are in midwinter, it's still cold in the northern hemisphere. We're in midwinter, and many diseases of the Aquarius nature are due to coldness. So we're going to have some sun salutations, and we're going to practice just truly being in our body, and more in like the mind and Mercury and soul level of Aquarius is it's like knowing our individual truth and sharing that with the world for like the greater good of the world. And so during practice, let's focus on being in our body, because we know our body and we know our truth in our heart. And that's where our truth really lies. It's not in our mind, it's in our heart. And so when we act from this place, and then we're working with peripheral circulation physically in the body, and we're also working on that like in our psyche and in our spirit, we're like, okay, we are here in our center. And that's unique to ourselves. And so then we move out from that place, we circulate our truth peripherally so that we're like giving for the greater good of the world. So I know that was a lot, but our mantra for Aquarius season is let's see, I'm going to read it. When I am present in my body, in my heart, I know my truth, my unique truth. I radiate from this place. So keeping that with us through practice today. And let's start in a seated position. Have a blanket or a pillow that you can support your hips with. And this is ultra important during this practice, during Aquarius season, when we're working with these really strong mind energies. So the reason that we support our hips is that when we're seated, is that we want our hip flexors to be able to relax. So if you're here like this, your hip flexors aren't relaxed. So maybe you even want something higher. Maybe you want to fold your blanket double. Maybe you want to sit on 2 pillows. And so whenever our hip flexors are relaxed, our mind is able to relax. So let's just take a few moments to drop in with our breath. And if possible, let's bring in the Ujjayi breath throughout our whole practice today. So the Ujjayi breath is when we're breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. And we have this slight constriction in the back of our throat. It's more like a valve, the slight valve in the back of our throat. So if you were like fogging up a mirror with your mouth, you go, there's that valve you make in the back of the throat. So we're breathing in through that place, in through the nose, in through that place, through our whole entire body. And then we breathe out and out through that valve in our throat and out through our mouth. So always continuing with the breath. Continue with your own rhythm in the breath. You don't want the inhale or exhale to be strained. So find your rhythm. And if your rhythm is different from my rhythm, that's okay. Go with your rhythm and just kind of follow my lead. Taking these moments with our breath to observe our bodies, to be present in our bodies. Observing with no attachment to what we find, just finding. To begin our practice, let's start with 3 ohms. So oming is a mantra, and mantra focuses the mind, and the vibration brings us back into our body. So let's drop into our movement for the practice. Let's come to our hands and knees to start. Hands are beneath shoulders and knees are beneath hips. And let's just breathe, inhaling, dropping the sternum, a couple cat-cows. Exhale, lift the base of the sternum. Inhale, drop. And exhale, lift. And let's come back to a neutral spine. So you might want to bring the left knee in just slightly. And then inhale, right leg comes out. Inhale, left arm comes forward. So breathing, continuing the Ujjayi breath, and breathing all the way to the tips of the fingers and all the way to the tips of the toes. And let's point and flex the feet or the foot, the right foot. Aquarius also rules the ankles. I didn't mention that earlier. So let's get the synovial fluid in the ankles flowing, and also just extending our breath to the most periphery of our body, the fingertips and the toes. And exhale, coming down. Inhale, coming back with the left foot. And inhale forward with right arm. And pointing and flexing left foot. And coming down. And let's make our way to standing for Sun Salutation B. We're going to add Trikonasana into our Sun Salutation. So with the Sun Salutation, we're just really getting we're focusing on the circulation, and the circulation is flowing. We're bringing sun into ourselves in the middle of winter. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga, come all the way down. Inhale, up, cobra pose. Not shrugging the shoulders.
Exhale, coming down. Inhale, coming up through plank or hands and knees. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, foot comes in between the hands. Leg is at 90-degree angle. And the back foot is, you're up on the ball of your back foot. Inhale, crescent. So as we exhale, we're going to turn back foot down and straighten front leg for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Arms come out to the sides. Inhale and exhale, reaching forward and then hinging at the hips, coming down. Triangle, back of the hand is pressing against the ankle. Top arm reaches up and gaze comes up. Top arm comes down, back foot turns back to toes, and we come back to lunge. Inhale, stepping back to downward dog. Inhale, forward plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. You can come all the way down through cobra, or you can come up through upward facing dog. And exhale, coming back, downward dog. Inhale, left leg comes back. And exhale, left leg forward. Inhale, crescent. So crescent, we're keeping our back knee like up. We're not letting it drop. And we're inhaling, coming up with our upper body and our gaze. We'll open up for Trikonasana, straightening the front leg. Arms come to the sides. Finding your breath, inhaling and then exhaling, reaching out and coming down. Gaze at the ceiling. When you're ready, exhale, coming down to lunge. And then inhale, open up. And settle, exhale in to downward facing dog. When you're ready, exhale, walk the toes to meet the hands. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Bend knees. Inhale, coming up through chair. And coming all the way to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do one more round of sun salutations. Sun salutation B. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg, or excuse me, right leg back. Exhale, right foot forward. And inhale, crescent. Open up, triangle. So back heel comes down, right leg straightens. Finding your breath. Exhale over and down. If you want, you can extend your top arm over and still gaze at the ceiling. And then exhale, coming down into lunge. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, plank. And chaturanga. Inhale, coming up, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, coming back. Left side, inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, knee towards the chest, foot comes down in between hands. Inhale, coming up. Crescent pose. And opening up for triangle, so back foot comes down, front leg lengthens, arms come out. Exhale, reaching out and down. Triangle pose. You can extend top arm over if you'd like, gazing up towards the ceiling. And exhale, coming down, coming back into lunge. And stepping back, downward facing dog. Taking a couple breaths here. And on your exhale, walking feet to meet hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bending knees for chair pose. And then inhale, coming up through chair. You want to make sure you have a neutral tilt in your spine for chair, so you're not tilting your hips forward too much or back too much, so we're just neutral. And then inhale, coming up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Just take a moment to notice how you feel. Notice your heartbeat. Honor all of the movement that we've been doing through these sun salutations and how it gets our blood flowing. And let's open up to a wide-legged stance. You might want to prop for this. So like a block or a book, or I'm just gonna grab this drum that's right here. And you just want something that either you can put your hands on or rest your head on. So we're taking a wide leg forward fold. So bring your feet out well beyond your shoulders. Toes are slightly turned inward. Hands at hips. Lengthen spine. And then exhale, forward fold. Be careful not to jut your hips behind you so you're staying in one plane. Exhale, forward fold. Hands can come down to your prop, or hands can come down to the floor and your head can come to your prop. No. So bringing your head to your prop is really great for grounding, especially just like grounding that Uranian mind that can sometimes be like out of whack, or if your nervous system is just feeling too overstimulated, bringing your head, connecting it to something that's solid, that's earth, is going to be really helpful. Continuing your Ujjayi breathing. And then you can inhale, lengthen. And you can either continue to use your prop or you can move it out of the way. And hands are down on the floor. Let's bring left palm down. And right palm is to your sacrum. This like upside down facing triangle bone at the base of your spine. Inhale, lengthen upper body. Exhale, twist. We're keeping our sacrum flat. So we're twisting just our upper body, or like around our belly button and around our midsection. You can extend top arm up. And inhale to unwind. Exhale, forward fold again. Inhale, lengthen spine. Opposite side, lengthen arms and lengthen spine. Right palm comes down to the earth and left palm on top of your sacrum. Inhale and exhale, twist. You can lengthen top arm up if you'd like. And inhale to unwind. Exhale, coming down, forward fold one more time. Bringing hands to hips and slightly bending the knees. Inhale to come up to standing. And you can heel toe feet together. And we're moving down to the floor. So coming down for a quick child's pose. Let's bring knees together and bring head to the mat. Palms face up behind you. all the way down to our backs. So we're gonna come into plow and shoulder stand. So if you are menstruating or you have high blood pressure, then please skip these postures. If you are either of those things apply to you, then you're welcome to just keep your hips on the floor and extend your legs up into the air and just take that while we're doing shoulder stand and plow. And yeah, it's always important to listen to your body and go with the flow of your own body. If you're menstruating, you just don't ever want to go upside down during that time. If you have high blood pressure, there are ways that you can come into these postures, but I do recommend doing it with a teacher in like a live setting rather than just a video. So just listening to your body and taking what is appropriate. And if you're coming into plow or shoulder stand, let's start with plow. So we already have our legs in the air here. Important to not turn your head in any of these postures. As we exhale, we push into the earth with the tops of our arms, which are in at our sides, and we lift our hips into our hands, and we bring our feet to the floor behind us, or we just, if our feet don't go to the floor, then we just support ourselves with our hips and our hands. If you want, you can also like find a chair or a prop or blocks or something to set your feet on, but you have to come out of the pose and readjust. Breathing. And when you're ready, making sure your hips are supported in your hands. You can lift one leg up, don't turn your head, and lift the other leg up. Hips come into the same plane as the shoulders. Chin is tucked. And we're breathing. Sarvangasana, they say, is like the mother of all asanas. It's great for so many things, circulation being one of them. And when you're ready, coming out of the pose, lowering your feet to plow behind you again. And then gently lowering hips back to the earth. Slowly, if you want, you can rock up or you can come to the side and come up. Find your blanket or your pillow or whatever you're supporting your hips with and come to sitting on it. Your right leg comes out in front of you, and if you might need to like lift your blanket so you can get your ankle under there. And then both of your sits bones are on the earth. Your left leg comes over, so your left foot is on the opposite side of your right leg. And we're coming into a twist. So inhale, arms to cactus arms. Exhale, twist from the belly button, not using anything to support you. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, hook the right elbow and bring left hand down behind you. Gaze comes behind you, twisting. Inhale to unwind. And opposite side. So left leg out in front and then left foot under blanket. Right foot comes over. Inhale, cactus arms. And exhale, twist to the right side. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, hook elbow. And twist. Seeing how far you can go with your eyes. Also, to continue the twist through your eyes. This can be calming to the nervous system. And inhale to unwind. Bringing feet out in front of you. Inhale, lengthen, hands on the floor at your sides. And exhale, forward fold with straight back at first. So keeping shoulder blades down the back. And then exhale, you can fully forward fold. Finding this place of introspection with our forward fold. Whether it's the new moon time and there's seeds that you're planting during this dark introspective time, or whether it's not the new moon time and you're revisiting those seeds that you planted during that dark time. As well, here in our forward fold, where this is a very inward position, so we're going into our truth. This is where we really are, our truth. We're closer to it here in this forward fold. And when you're ready, inhale to come up. And we're moving all the way to the floor. It's time for Shavasana. So I'm gonna put my socks on, making yourself comfortable, cozy. And coming down to the mat. So feet are wider than the hips and hands are wider than shoulders. Taking time for our flow and our presence to sink into our bones, into our nervous system. So we're going to do a really quick Shavasana today. If you would like to stay in Shavasana, please do. And if you'd like to come up and finish the practice, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe you inhale your arms above your head. And make your way to one side in the fetal position. And pushing your way up to seated. Taking moments here with your eyes closed. And hands at heart center. Honoring self for showing up for practice today. Honoring all the energies of Aquarius season and how we can be in balance with these energies. And most of all, honoring the truth of ourselves. When I am present in my body and my heart, I know my truth, my unique truth. I radiate from this place. May we all have beautiful peripheral circulation during this winter. And may we all have a calm nervous system. The light in me bows and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you like this practice and you're interested in longer practices every month, you could check out my Patreon. The link is in the bio, and that supports me so much. And then you get a little extra. It's $4 a month. Or if you just share this video and make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, and we can keep doing yoga together through the zodiac.